A woman, I see how she wears her hair and her nails and her feet. It starts there.
At the bottom.
Ever wonder what it's like growing up as a child of a superstar? In today's video, we will explore Tisha Pendergrass's incredible journey, her challenges and triumphs, and how she faced a tough rumor about her famous dad. Stay tuned to find out what happened. Teddy Pendergrass, his life and career. Teddy Pendergrass was born on March 26, 1950 in Philadelphia. His deep voice and love for music set him apart from a young age. He started singing in church and learned to play the drums, dreaming of one day becoming a professional musician. Teddy's big break came when he joined How Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes as a drummer. Soon his powerful voice made him the lead singer, and he quickly became the group's star. With Teddy's voice front and center, the group produced hits like If You Don't Know Me By Now. His voice was emotional and smooth, connecting with audiences who felt the love and heartbreak in his music. After a few years, Teddy decided to leave the group and pursue a solo career, a bold move that would make him a superstar. Teddy's solo career took off quickly. His debut album, Teddy Pendergrass, featured hits like Close the Door and Turn Off the Lights, establishing him as one of the biggest stars in R&B. His deep voice, often described as seductive, made his slow romantic songs iconic. Fans, especially women, adored him, and his concerts, known as ladies-only shows, were legendary. Ted had a unique way of making every performance feel personal, and his fans connected deeply with his music. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, Teddy released one hit album after another, cementing his place as an R&B legend. Songs like Love TKO and I Don't Love You Anymore topped the charts. He became known for his smooth stage presence and his ability to make audiences swoon with his rich, emotional voice. Teddy's influence on R&B and soul music was undeniable, and his albums were nominated for major awards like the Grammys. But what really happened during Teddy's bold move to go solo? And how did he turn his powerful voice into a force that captivated millions? Get ready to dive deeper into his rise to R&B superstardom. At the height of his career, Teddy was one of the most recognizable voices in the music industry. But his success wasn't just about fame. He was also a pioneer, helping shape the sound of R&B for future generations of musicians. In 1982, tragedy struck. While driving in Philadelphia, Teddy lost control of his car, leading to a terrible accident. The crash left him paralyzed from the chest down. It was a shocking and life-changing event for both Teddy and his fans. At only 31 years old, Teddy had been at the peak of his career, and now he was facing the challenge of living the rest of his life in a wheelchair. The accident was devastating. Many people wondered if this meant the end of Teddy's career. However, despite the enormous physical and emotional challenges, Teddy wasn't ready to give up. With determination, he worked hard in rehabilitation, refusing to let the accident define his life. In 1985, Teddy made a triumphant return to the stage at the Live Aid concert. This performance was more than just a comeback. It was a powerful statement of resilience. In his wheelchair, Teddy sang to an audience that erupted in cheers, showing the world that while his body had changed, his voice and spirit remained as strong as ever. It was an unforgettable moment, reminding everyone that Teddy's talent could not be diminished by adversity. Teddy Pendergrass, inside his family life and personal world. Teddy Pendergrass, just like his music, had a big heart when it came to love. Over the years, he was involved in several relationships, and those were often talked about by people who followed his career. Teddy loved deeply, but his journey in love wasn't always smooth. He got married, had beautiful moments with his partners, but also went through tough times. Teddy had children during his life, and one very special person was his daughter, Tisha. Teddy and Tisha showed a close bond. As she grew up, she looked up to him, not just as a famous singer, but as her dad. Even though Teddy's life was full of busy schedules, traveling and making music, he always tried to be there for his children. He cared deeply for them, and he wanted to make sure they felt his love, even when he wasn't physically present. Tisha grew up seeing her father in the spotlight, which was sometimes hard for her to understand. But through it all, she remained proud of the man he was, both on stage and off. Teddy loved his daughter very much and always wanted the best for her. Being famous sounds fun, right? But for Teddy, it wasn't always easy. Teddy Pendergrass was one of the most famous singers, with people cheering for him everywhere he went. But being in the spotlight brought its own challenges. As much as people loved Teddy, they also paid close attention to his personal life. Fans and the media were always curious about his relationships and family. Rumors and stories often spread, and Teddy sometimes had to face the tough side of being a celebrity. But how did Teddy balance being a famous singer and a dad? Let's find out what happens next. The pressure of fame wasn't just about singing and making music. There was also the challenge of staying calm and collected when rumors about his personal life were circulating. People would sometimes say things that weren't true, and that could be very hurtful. These challenges made it difficult for Teddy to focus on what mattered most: his family, his kids, and staying healthy. The constant attention affected his relationships too. When you're always being watched by the world, it's hard to have quiet, private moments with the people you love. Teddy had to deal with balancing being a superstar with trying to live a normal life. This pressure sometimes took a toll on his mental health, and it could be overwhelming. Even with all the fame and struggles, Teddy Pendergrass was a dad first and foremost. His daughter Tisha and his other children meant the world to him. He always wanted to protect them from the chaos of his public life and make sure that they knew how much he cared about them. Tisha, especially, remembers how her dad would always make time for her, even when he was super busy with his music. Teddy's role as a father was not easy. Imagine trying to be a dad while everyone around you wants your attention because you're famous. But Teddy did his best to balance it all. He knew that while music was his passion, his family was his heart. He would often spend time with his children, teaching them important life lessons and making them feel special. After the car accident that left him paralyzed, Teddy's life changed in many ways. He couldn't move the way he used to, but that didn't stop him from being there for his children. He showed them that even when life gets hard, you can still keep going, not just to his fans, but to his family too. Teddy's love for his daughter and children remained strong, and they loved him back just as much. After Teddy's big accident, how did he keep being there for his kids? Let's see how he did it. The ongoing secrets about Teddy Pendergrass. When someone is famous like Teddy Pendergrass, people often become very curious about their life. Teddy wasn't just known for his amazing voice and music, he also had rumors spread about him. There are stories that people tell, but they might not always be true. Sometimes rumors can be small, but other times they can be big and cause a lot of talk. For Teddy, there were many rumors surrounding his life. Some were about his career and others were about his personal life. People were curious about everything: who he was dating, what was going on behind the scenes, and even how he lived his day-to-day. Some rumors were just part of being famous, but others were more serious and upsetting. One of the most disturbing rumors that many people talked about involved a strange and confusing story. It wasn't just about his music or relationships. It was something that made people wonder and speculate. This rumor became something people discussed for a long time. Sometimes the media would pick up on these stories and spread them even more, which made things harder for Teddy. Even though Teddy focused on his music and his family, it wasn't always easy to ignore what people were saying. Rumors can be hurtful, especially when they aren't true. But as a public figure, Teddy had to deal with these stories even when they made him feel bad or misunderstood. When rumors start, people react in different ways. Fans of Teddy loved him so much for his music and voice that many of them didn't believe the rumors. They thought of him as a hero, a man with a great talent, and they didn't want to focus on the negative stories being spread. Many fans supported him no matter what was being said, choosing to remember the good things he did and the music he created. But what was this strange rumor about Teddy? Keep watching to discover the truth behind it all. But not everyone reacted the same way. Some people listened to the rumors and wondered if they were true. The press or the people who write for newspapers and magazines also got involved. Sometimes they would report on these stories, making them seem like they were true, even if they weren't. That made more people curious, and the rumors would spread even more. It was like when you hear a story from one friend, then they tell another friend, and before you know it, the story changes and grows. For Teddy, the rumors weren't just annoying. They shaped how some people thought of him. Even though he was known for being a great singer, some people started focusing more on the gossip than on his music. This can be hard for anyone, especially for someone like Teddy, who worked so hard to build his career. He wanted to be remembered for his talent and the way his songs touch people's hearts, not for stories that weren't true. Over time, the rumors began to affect the way people viewed Teddy. Some people started to believe the stories while others tried to ignore them. It was a mix of reactions, some positive, some negative, but one thing is for sure, rumors can change how people see someone, even if they don't know the whole truth. As time went on, Teddy had to keep moving forward. He continued making music and tried to focus on what mattered most: his career, his family, and the people who supported him. The rumors didn't define who he was, but they were something he had to face, like any famous person would. Teddy's story shows us that rumors can be powerful, but they don't always tell the truth. Sometimes people believe things that aren't true, just because they've heard it from someone else. But it's important to remember that famous people, like Teddy, are human too. They have feelings, families, and lives beyond the stories we hear. How did Teddy handle these rumors? Let's see how he stayed strong and kept moving forward. Teddy Pendergrass's daughter, her life and journey. Imagine a dad, loved by millions of people all around the globe. Tisha, the daughter of Teddy Pendergrass, experienced just this. Tisha's dad was well known everywhere. While most children have parents who are just familiar in their neighborhoods or schools, people would discuss him, enjoy his music, and even wish to snap pictures with him. Although having such a well-known dad sounded like fun, growing up with such a famous parent also presented difficulties. People knew her dad was wherever Tisha traveled. Occasionally, they would ask her questions about him or expect her to be exactly like him. For Tisha, this made life a bit difficult, since she wanted to be seen as her own person, even though she loved her dad. Being in the forefront when all you want is to lead a regular life cannot always be simple. Besides that, her dad was the subject of persistent rumors and legends. Famous people are always fascinating to people, and occasionally they inspire tales. Tisha found it difficult since she had to hear unpleasant things about her dad. She knew her dad loved her, but she couldn't readily escape the public's attention. What was it really like for Tisha growing up with a world-famous dad? You're about to find out more. Tisha wanted to emerge from her dad's shadow and establish herself as she got older. Although people always linked her to her father, she put great effort to establish her own identity. She wanted to demonstrate to others that she was Tisha, a strong and self-reliant woman, not the only daughter of Teddy Pendergrass. Tisha, 38, has created a life she finds worthy of her age. In her personal life as well as her career, she's accomplished many things. She refused to allow her dad's notoriety define her. Rather, she created a happy life, drawing on the knowledge she gained from him. While keeping the love for her dad in her heart, Tisha put great effort to realize her dreams. Can Tisha break free from her father's giant shadow? Keep watching to see how she made her own name. Her own road was not always clear-cut. Tisha stayed true to herself even though occasionally others would equate her to her dad, or hope that she would follow in his footsteps. She discovered that she could write her own story and still feel good about her dad. She has also led a full life full of achievements. She has also led a life full of achievements that she can rightly call her own. Tisha's life has always revolved mostly on her relationship with her dad. Teddy was her father, the man who loved her and encouraged her, not only a superstar. Teddy always tried to be there for her, even though his music business kept him busy. They had a close relationship growing up. His making sure Tisha understood his love for her strengthened their bond over the years. Their relationship grew much more unique following Teddy's accident, which left him paralyzed. Tisha appreciated her father not only for his music, but also for the way he managed the demands of life. She observed his strength. Teddy kept loving and caring for his family, especially for Trisha, even if his life was difficult following the accident. How did Teddy's accident change their bond forever? The next part reveals the strength of their father-daughter relationship. Tisha's relationship to her father changed as she grew into an adult, but her love stayed the same. She turned to him for his tenacity, talent, and fortitude, qualities she sorely missed. Today, Tisha considers her father's legacy with pride. Though the world remembers Teddy for his amazing voice and influence in music, for her, he will always be her dad first. Tisha carries with her the lessons her father imparted on her, on love, tenacity, and following her dreams. She is still honoring his memory as his daughter, someone who knew the actual Teddy behind the glory, not only as a lover of his music. To her, he was the man who loved and reared her, not only a legend. The truth revealed, the disturbing rumor about Teddy Pendergrass. Imagine for a very long period, carrying a secret with you. Tisha, the daughter of Teddy Pendergrass, felt that way. Years of whispers and rumors about her dad had preceded her, and people kept asking her about them. She did, however, say very little. She simply carried on living her life. Then, at 38 years old, Tisha felt it was time to discuss the rumors. Tisha finally confirmed what many people had been wondering. One day during an interview, or perhaps in a book she authored, or a public statement, she said she thought it crucial to speak her truth. Years of restraint notwithstanding, she wanted to clear the record. But why now? Tisha claimed, though, that she felt strong enough to manage the repercussions after so much time had gone by. Talking about the rumor, she thought, would help her heal, and maybe even enable others to better know her father. Wait, Tisha had a secret about her famous dad all this time? Stick around to find out what she finally revealed. Let's now discuss the rumor itself. Teddy Pendergrass was surrounded with unsettling rumors that tormented his family for a protracted period. Some thought Teddy had been keeping things from the public, items that would compromise his reputation. The rumor concerned something personal and was so severe that it changed Teddy's reputation. Tisha knew many would be shocked when she at last verified the rumor. Talking about the specifics of the rumor proved difficult. Events that occurred a long time ago still hurt the family today. It was more than just rumors, it was something that affected the people Teddy loved, particularly his daughter, directly. Tisha just confirmed the huge rumor about her dad, but why did she wait so long? Don't go anywhere, it's getting intense. This story loomed over Teddy's legacy, like a dark cloud, for years. People kept talking about the rumors, even if they loved his music. Tisha knew it was time to face it. Even though Teddy had passed away, the rumors still followed his name. Tisha experienced many emotions once the rumor was verified. She found it difficult to say these things aloud, particularly given it concerned someone she loved so much. Considering having to discuss something nasty involving your own parents. Consider having to discuss something nasty involving your own parents. For Tisha, that was the degree of difficulty. Tisha experienced relief on the one hand. She ceased to have to carry the secret. On the other hand, it made one quite depressed. She considered the extent the gossip had damaged her father's memory and her family. Confirming it was about being honest, even if the truth was difficult, not about bringing more suffering. Tisha felt both relief and sadness after revealing the secret. What happened next? Keep watching to see how the world reacts. Tisha also considered how this moment of truth might offer healing. Being honest would help her to permanently stop the gossip. People should realize she wanted that her father was a human being, with flaws like everyone else. She understood that this disclosure might affect some people's opinion of her dad, but she thought the truth was crucial regardless of circumstances. Reactions among the public were conflicting once Trisha's confirmation was known. A few were even enraged, others were depressed, and some were startled. Those who had loved Teddy for his music were perplexed about what to believe. For years, they had known him as a star, a legend with no moral failings. Hearing this rumor confirmed made them doubt their knowledge of him. The truth is out there, and right now everyone is talking. Will this alter public perception of Teddy? Keep tuned, you would not want to miss it. Still, not everybody responded negatively. Many people knew Teddy was no different from anyone else. They respected Tisha for her audacity in advocating change. They understood she could not have confirmed something so terrible easily. Seeing Teddy as more human made some fans even closer to him, though it was tough. They valued his daughter's willingness to tell the truth. Obviously, the media had plenty to say. Sensationalized by some news sources, the narrative appeared to be more than it was. Others, on the other hand, approached Tisha's strength and the family's path through this revelation more sensitively. People began debating whether this rumor at all should have been given any weight. Did it really change Teddy's legacy? Or was his music and impact on the world more important? Re-examining Teddy Pendergrass's legacy. Superstar Teddy Pendergrass possessed a voice capable of inspiring people to dance and experience delight. Many people loved his music, thus had a significant impact on R&B. Teddy had difficulties and challenges, though much as everyone else. Sometimes when we see well-known people, we only see the glitzy side of their life. The concerts, the accolades, the joyful events. Benevolent glitter aside, real-life issues and challenges abound that are not always obvious. See your preferred superhero. On TV, they might seem ideal, but when the cameras are off, they could have personal issues or fears. Teddy was similar, in that he struggled personally but not always displayed it to the public. His life was difficult. Even if he sang wonderfully and made a lot of people happy, Teddy was a gifted actor, but he also experienced difficult circumstances, just as anyone else. Did you know that even famous people like Teddy Pendergrass have their own challenges? Stay with us to find out more. Many people changed their perceptions of Teddy's dad when Trisha, his daughter, verified the unsettling rumor about him. Some supporters questioned whether knowing this new information affected their memory of him. Was it going to minimize the significance of his outstanding music and accomplishments? It's like if you discovered something unexpected about your favorite superhero. It might cause you to rethink things, but it doesn't change all the good they have done. Teddy changed many people's lives and had great musical ability. His personal challenges notwithstanding, do not diminish the happiness and inspiration his songs offered. Here, the difficulty lies in juggling Teddy's successes with his hardships. It's about realizing that people are complicated and have both strengths and shortcomings, so appreciating his music as well as his humanity. Teddy's music made people happy, but what about the struggles he faced? You won't believe what's next. Don't go anywhere. People handle this type of material in different ways. Some would concentrate on Teddy's career's bright side and the happiness his songs brought about. Some would believe that his personal problems deserve attention. It's like seeing the big picture, in which every component, positive or negative, helps us to grasp the overall narrative. We better understand Teddy Pendergrass by realizing his achievements as well as his challenges. Teddy's life has had ups and downs, yet his music is still loved and appreciated. Radio still features his songs, and many people find great nostalgia for them. Teddy's impact on music and popular culture is still evident, since his talent and happiness his songs brought about have had a long-lasting effect. Tisha's working hard to keep her dad's legacy alive. Want to know how? Stick around. There's so much more to discover. Teddy's daughter Tisha is instrumental in preserving his memory. She keeps honoring her father by distributing his songs and anecdotes about him. She emphasizes appreciating the good features of his life and career, even if there were some challenging circumstances. Tisha's efforts enable people to remember that Teddy was a gifted artist who greatly delighted the world, not only the subject of rumors and hardships. Thus, when we consider Teddy Pendergrass, we associate him with his personal life as well as his songs. Though they have difficulties just like everyone else, well-known people still have great influence and their accomplishments count. Teddy's music still inspires and makes people happy, and Tish's commitment helps to guarantee that his legacy is remembered in a loving and balanced manner. Understanding both the challenging and positive aspects of Teddy's life helps us to value his contributions as the person he was. Moving forward, healing and resolution. For Tisha, discussing the challenging rumor about her dad was a turning point. Though it was difficult, it gave her a sense of openness and honesty. Sometimes a secret kept for a long period can be quite weighty and cause people to feel depressed or perplexed. Talk about it would help Tisha start to feel better and organize all that happened. It's similar to when you talk to a friend or relative about a major concern you have. Suddenly, it doesn't seem as terrifying anymore. Wait a minute. You won't believe how Tisha opened about a great secret that changed everything in her dad's legacy. Watch closely to find out what follows. Speaking your truth can be rather vital. It's like when you come clean about something that happened. It helps you feel lighter and more free. For Tisha, telling the truth about her dad could have been the means of regaining control over the narrative and ensuring that people remember her father as she wishes them to. It enables her to get closure and begin to recover from the trying circumstances they went through. Tisha and her family had to figure their way forward following their discussion of the rumor. Moving past challenging circumstances requires a lot of fortitude, especially if everyone is observing and discussing it. For Tisha, part of being strong is keeping on with her life and remembering her dad in a good manner. She wants to guard his memory and ensure that people remember the positive deeds he accomplished rather than merely his struggles. This is vast. Though they have difficult times as well, how might integrity help famous families get through? Don't go anywhere. Stay around to discover what Tisha's story teaches us all. Emphasizing her own dreams and aspirations, Tisha intends to keep moving forward in life. She honors her dad's memory by doing this and looks after herself at the same time. It's like wanting to take care of a beloved toy that reminds you of a happy moment while creating fresh memories. For Tisha, it's about juggling the past with the present and honoring her dad in a way that makes her happy. Famous people and their families going through difficult circumstances usually sparks conversations for everyone to consider. This scenario explains why being honest and open can be rather vital. It lets people see the whole picture instead of only part of it, and helps them to grasp what is real. For other families, including well-known members, this event can provide a useful lesson. Being upfront about what's happening will help to control public perceptions of them and facilitate handling challenging circumstances. It's similar to when you explain why something is happening to your friends. They grasp more and can help you more actively. That's a wrap on Tisha Pendergrass's powerful story. From facing tough rumors to honoring her dad's legacy, Tisha's journey is truly inspiring. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching. See you next time.